Hi, just before the episode starts, I just want to apologize for there were some audio issues on Finland's end. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, on with the episode. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Flushedcast. I'm Bullet,
Yamcha.
Hi, I'm Finland.
and this week we are talking about the Planet of the Apes trilogy and probably some other stuff.
E.
Right, so yeah, we're doing the modern Planet of the Apes trilogy this week. We'll probably do this one movie at a time like we did for The Hobbit. So let's start with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So had either of you seen this film before?
I had.
No, I had not.
So what did you guys think then? Just general thoughts.
It was good. It's probably my favorite of the trilogy.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it's like in the middle of the trilogy, I think. So James Franco, he's experimenting on apes to try and save his dad who's suffering from Alzheimer's, and he creates a really intelligent ape called Caesar, who's the main character of the trilogy. That's basically the plot, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So at the beginning we got they're at the does it start at the lab?
It starts. There's the scene of the apes in the jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, they kidnapped this one ape, and you see her family running after her. She calls out to them like in despair. It's like they're really cruel about it.
In this film especially, the humans are the worst.
I was like, oh, I was thinking that if I was on those apes, I'd hate them too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it starts in the jungle where you see Caesar's mom get kidnapped. Then what happens? So yeah, they go to the lab. She gets taken to the lab where she gets the the ALZ-1112? Is that it? Like
Something like that.
the drug injected into her, and
Yeah.
it makes her
Mhm.
really intelligent. But she gets
Mhm.
killed because she was trying to protect her son. So that's why
Trying to protect her baby, so they kill her.
Yeah.
yeah. And then James Franco takes this baby home, and it's the dad who gives him the name, right?
Yeah. Because it was after Julius Caesar, which he was reading books about.
Yeah. I really like the dad in this. He's great.
Yeah.
Bad for the dead. Alzheimer's is sad.
The neighbor is such a dick.
I know. I didn't like the neighbor or his kids.
Like if you who sees an ape in their garden and immediately goes for the baseball bat. What happens next then?
Okay, at one point he gives his dad the injection because he was like really declining and acting out because of Alzheimer's, and it seemed to be working.
Yeah, it works for a while. Then his body starts like becoming immune to it, which is when he
Mhm.
gives him the gas version. Yeah. Just a point about the whole trilogy, just in general, just because it's probably what these films are most known for. It's the apes in these look incredible. It's like
Uh-huh.
I'd say these are probably the best looking like CGI characters just in general, I think.
I agree. I was actually impressed by them. I actually was surprised. I wasn't expecting them to look good at all. Expecting to be more uncanny. Like,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'd say that it's a bit uncanny in the first one, but in 2 and 3
Yeah.
it's
two
seamless.
was the most uncanny. They're the most uncanny.
The only problem that I have with it is that some like camera shots just make it look awkward. But other than that, it's really good.
And the way you get like so much emotion out of the apes, like Andy Serkis in these movies, I think it's his best performance, I think. So yeah, where did we get up to in the plot?
Okay, we're talking about. Okay, so he gives his dad the medicine, and like it's working for a while. It fails. At one point, the dad gets into the car and is like, his mind is slipping again, and he's like wrecking like the two other cars.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so our neighbor, who we all love, gets out and starts yelling at him and tries to drag him out. Caesar
Yeah.
then proceeds to attack the neighbor.
Yeah.
trying
and
to
then
defend
then animal control comes and takes Caesar.
And then, like, I like the first part of the movie, but I think it gets like, it gets even better when you go to like the, for lack of a better word, prison bit. I mean, it is basically a prison, so yeah, yeah. Although, something I noticed while watching it, Tom Felton could not do an American accent. He wasn't good. A lot of the characters in this I thought were pretty black and white. I thought because Tom Felton's character is one, he was he didn't really have much depth or nuance to him. Same with the sort of the corporate villain guy. He was just black and white, money kind of guy.
Honestly, probably because the focus is supposed to be on Caesar and him getting the apes their eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. So they put more focus on that rather than the humans.
Yeah. So Caesar goes to the prison. Then he at the start he doesn't fit in there, but he sort of earns everyone's respect basically, and becomes the leader of the apes.
Yeah.
Which when I can't remember the character name, so I'm gonna call him Draco. But when he takes his friends into the into the prison, why is he just such a dickhead? He's
because it's I don't know. He's white.
What I said.
It's almost played for laughs. Like it's quite a funny sort of like. It's like just standing there shaking basically.
You can play the death for laughs, like
yeah.
What? Or you're not supposed to feel for him.
Oh yeah, they you guys haven't seen the original Planet of the Apes, have you?
My mom saw them growing up.
Okay, but you haven't.
No.
The just a couple of lines that Draco got. They just crowbar lines from the original film in just out of nowhere, and it's really jarring. Like when it's like, "Get your hand off me, you damn dirty ape!" Like it just feels so forced because that's a line from the original one. Yeah, it's just really forced. And then
I take you have seen the original.
Yeah. I'd really recommend it. By the way, it's very good. So Caesar earns the respect of everyone in the prison. Then then the apes will break out and
after he gives them the gas, like
and then they break out. Then they storm San Francisco, which is when this kind of turns into an action movie, which it's goofy as shit, but I really like it. It's
one point you notice that one of the scientists is coughing up blood, like almost like he's infected with something, huh?
And then I love the bit where eight cops just like got one of the apes in a net and put him in the back of the car that he's got in, and just a bunch of spears come into the car. You see all the apes up on the roof. It's really goofy, but it's very fun. This is, I don't know if either of you guys noticed it, but it is a very fast-paced movie. It's like a lot happens in.
It is.
In like, what is it? 100 minutes?
Hour 40.
Yeah, which is something I appreciated. It doesn't waste any time.
Yes.
Because
that's something I like in movies.
Yeah. Like, it didn't feel dragged out at all or anything. Which is, as much as I really loved the other two, I think this one probably has the best pacing. It's like, there's no, like, wasted space, basically. It's all pretty much there.
I really like Maurice.
He's the best.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm
especially in the third one.
Oh, yeah. Just, well, I'll bring it up again because in the other two, but the score for this film was really good as well, I thought. The especially the score in the final scene of the apes when they're in the trees at the end. I thought that, yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of apes and trees, there's one scene when Caesar first goes to the forest, and they do that really good transition.
Oh
of,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
going through the seasons, and he's aging.
That's really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I really love seeing chimps wear clothes.
So do I.
It's just really cute. Yeah. So yeah, the film ends with Caesar speaking to James Franco and then going to the trees. Yeah. So.
Also, mid-credit scene, you see guy back to the airport.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, do anyone have much else to add about the first film?
Sure. Let's do ratings.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do ratings for Rise. Finland, what would you give Rise out of 10?
Alright, my rating?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, I really enjoyed it, so maybe 7 out of 10.
Okay, 7. Yamcha, what did you give it?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, that's higher than you gave it on Letterboxd.
No.
You gave it an 8, didn't you?
I raised it.
Okay.
I raised it.
Okay. And I also give it a 9. I mean, I think it's not the best of this trilogy, but I really love it. It's probably my third favourite Planet of the Apes movie. Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, on to Dawn. So this one was 3 years after the first. New director this time, Matt Reeves, who, I mean, as much as I love the first one, I think that was a good choice getting a new director on board. I think Matt Reeves does a really good job with the second and third films. Yeah, so what did you think of Rise? No, Dawn. We just did Rise.
I feel like it kind of suffered from that, I call it the Godzilla effect, where the human side of things isn't as interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And since I'd say this one is the one most focused on the humans out of the three, which I agree.
Yeah, that's its weakest point. Like, if it's gonna be most focused on the humans, they should make them be more interesting.
Yeah, like they're all like fine actors. So, like Gary Oldman's a good actor, Jason Clarke's a good actor, but they just don't really have much to do here. Yeah. So yeah, this one what is it? It's 10 years after the events of the first film, I think. And yeah, so Caesar and the apes are now, they've made their home in the woods, and they're living fairly peacefully. But then they run along some humans, and the sort of, it's very like Cold War-y. Like it's like either side could start attacking at any moment. It feels like, which I like. So yeah. So do you want to just do the same as we did for Rise? Just go through the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So they the apes are living peacefully, but they run across some humans, and then because I think they assumed all the humans were dead, but they run along some, and then this sparks like a conflict between the two, because the humans have to get they need a dam for power, but that's in the apes' territory, so they need to work together. I think this is the weakest of the trilogy, because it's just kind of like an action movie, basically. It's just a post-apocalypse action movie, which I have nothing wrong with, but it just doesn't feel as unique as the other two. Do you guys agree?
The whole movie is kind of just back and forth between Koba, like going to the humans and
Yeah, Cobra,
spying or
Cobra,
whatever.
who was introduced
then-
in the first film, is the villain this time. Who
Yeah.
fuck Cobra. He's an asshole.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. This one. Most people that I've spoken to could call this one the best one, which I disagree with.
Yeah, I don't. What?
um. Yeah. It's just. It also just has that middle film feeling, where like. It doesn't really. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of like it's. It kind of has like the desolation of smog thing.
yeah.
It's like a little bit weaker than the other two that surround it.
Yeah, because it doesn't really. Because Rise tells a very good, like, origin story, basically, of Caesar, then, and what were the apes in general, then War is a very good conclusion for Caesar's arc. But Dawn is just kind of in the middle, so he doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, it has an ending, but it doesn't really work as well as the other two, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But I sound like I'm being really negative on this. I really like this film. Yeah. So yeah, this time they got a new composer in for this one, Michael Giacchino, who I think the score for this film is really good. I think there's a lot of themes used in and that carry across to the third one, which I really like. So yeah. And I also think this, like, you wouldn't expect it from a film like this, but it's shot really nicely. It looks beautiful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, why don't you guys say something?
I like the ape in the tank.
Oh, I love the bit where I think it's Cobra. He's on a horse, dual wielding machine guns, like jumping through fire.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and there's this
Yes.
really cool like shot in the final battle of like it's like this one take of it's the ape in the tank. It's like it's like a one take sequence for like a minute. It's really cool.
I really like. There's one scene where Malcolm he had to get the antibiotics or whatever for Caesar,
Yeah.
and he's just like trying to get out of the area, and it's all done in one
Oh
shot.
yeah, that.
And there's
Oh.
a ton of stuff happening.
Oh, shots like that I've heard are hard to do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a really good shot. I really like the scene on the beach. Like there's a lot of tension in that, and it's where like well, first of all, that guy's just being a dick to that baby. He's just such an asshole in the film. But yeah, that there's a lot of tension in that when the apes find the gun, and the truce gets called off. Yeah, it's really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just think the main reason that I don't like it is it's just it focuses too much on Malcolm and his family, I think,
Mhm.
which just isn't nearly as interesting as Caesar and the apes. Yeah. Either of you have much else to add to it?
I really like how in this one it's like a lot more distinct that this is Andy Serkis. Or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, it is astonishing that even though it's like you can clearly see like it's him on the ape even.
It's like Will Smith and Shark Tale.
Will Smith fish.
Or Will Smith in Aladdin.
Will Smith fish. Will Smith fish.
Yeah. It's like it's one thing if he was like again. It's one thing to do a performance like this just as a human, but like that would just be commendable on its own. But to get this much emotion through mocap, it's
Mm-hmm.
Like, hats off to both Andy Serkis and everyone who animated it. Yeah, yeah. I I think this definitely got snubbed for the best visual effects Oscar. It deserved to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of the three won, which is yeah. No, it doesn't matter. But yeah.
Rip.
um. So yeah, anything else to add for Dawn?
Just having Matt Reeves direct this in War just makes me really hyped for the Batman.
Yeah, same. Yeah, he's already. Yeah, I really like his work on these two films, and he did Cloverfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've yet to see that, but yeah, just judging off these two films, I'm so hyped for the Batman. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes my favorite Batman movie.
Yeah, I think I'll give that Batman a watch.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So yeah. Ratings for Dawn. What did you give it, Finland?
Um, maybe 7 out of 10.
Okay. Yamcha.
I get it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I did 8 as well. 8 out of 10. It's I've sounded probably really down on it. It's just in yeah, it's not that I dislike it at all. It's just I think it's the weakest of the trilogy. But yeah. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Now on to War for the Planet of the Apes. So yeah, now on to War. So thoughts. What are your thoughts on this one?
It was good. It felt like it had a lot more life to it.
Yeah,
More than Dawn did.
I agree. And
Mm-hmm.
just as it's just like a broad point. It's like for a massive blockbuster about like apes, it. I'm astonished like how bleak they made this. Like I like that, but it's like a very serious film for this bigger budget thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah. Although they do have comedy relief in Bad Ape, who is amazing.
Ooh.
So yeah. So what is the story?
So basically,
Well, war between humans and the apes. The main villain's the Corno guy. How do I say that? I can't talk today.
Colonel.
I think it's
Colonial.
Colonel.
Yeah, it's Colonel.
Colonel. I can't talk.
So yeah, well, it starts off with like some text comes up on screen with Rise, Dawn, War, which I liked.
Yeah, I thought that was neat.
That whole opening battle sequence I think is really good. Like all the action and
Yeah.
it's a great way to start the film.
I really like the bird's eye view shot that they have at the beginning
Yeah, same.
with all the battle going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea that some of the apes are now working for the humans. That's like a nice sort of new idea.
Mm-hmm.
The apes eventually win the battle and they take some prisoners, and then you get your introduction to Caesar for this film. Yeah, so yeah, this film's basically about like the apes are trying to get to a new home, which they sent like scouts out and they found a desert, so they're gonna try and go to there.
Yeah.
Like and then Caesar's family gets killed by the colonel, and yeah, Andy Serkis does such a good job conveying emotion. Oh my god, he's one of my favorite actors. Like seriously, what happens next?
He goes off to kill the colonel.
Yeah, he goes to get revenge with like Maurice and two of the others. I can't remember the names.
Yeah.
Along the way, they've run into Nova. She's not called Nova yet, but they find a child.
She can't talk.
Yeah. Oh, that's something I like. The because it's a callback to the what it's a I don't know call forward. I don't know, but in the original Planet of the Apes, the humans have stopped being able to talk, which so that's like set up in this, but like these films would work really nicely, like leading into the original film.
Oh yeah, and then like the astronaut dude comes down and finds this.
Yeah.
Just imagine just be vibing in space the whole time, and they just come down, and there was like a big pandemic, and all this happened, and it's like,
There was a reference to the like spaceship that the guys from the original movie take off in. There was a reference to that in Rise. I don't know if either of you caught that on
oh,
on the TV.
No.
They see like a space shuttle that's gone missing. Um,
Oh.
yeah, it's in like the background of a shot. That's a
is
reference.
there going to be a fourth one?
Um, they're yes, but I'm not sure how far in development it is, and I don't know if it's going to include characters from this or just be a new thing. Um, it's being directed by the guy who did the Maze Runner films, which doesn't fill me with too much confidence. But
Oh,
I mean,
why am?
I have no idea. I mean, I've seen the first one and it's fine, I guess. But yeah, the second and third apparently are awful.
I haven't seen the second. Wait, there's a third?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, I've read the Maze Runner books and they were fine. But anyway, that's nothing to do with what we're talking about. um,
Um, I just remembered something that could. Well, I guess it goes with Dawn and Rise, but how Caesar keeps continuously redraws the window frame.
yeah, it's a
Thing.
nice motif carried throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, similar points to what I said with Dawn. This is a gorgeous movie. It looks really good. And again, I think the score's even better here. I brought up the score for all three, but it's really good, and I think a lot of it's just so good, the score. I don't know how many times I have to bring this up, but yeah. So Caesar gets captured
No.
when he's on his hunt for revenge. Well, first they run into Bad Ape, who tells them where the soldiers are. Then, yeah, Caesar, the gorilla gets killed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets shot. Yeah, you find out that the colonel's been executing his own men because they've stopped being able to speak. Yeah.
He has some issues.
Yeah, seriously. He like killed his child. Jesus. Yeah, so Caesar gets captured. Then I really like the prison movie section of this. It feels very. I don't know if either of you have seen Bridge on the River Kwai. Have you seen that?
Nope.
No.
It feels very much like that. I think. Which I'd recommend that film, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Yes. Caesar gets captured, and then it uses a lot of like concentration camp imagery, which I think works. Yeah.
I really like the entire sequence of the one ape telling or like planning out or like doing the breakout.
Yeah.
I guess the one ape that got captured.
Yeah. Same. And when the apes do escape, I really liked that their way of distracting him was throwing shit at him.
He just kept getting angrier like about him.
They just pull him under the ground. Yeah.
At one point, the baby orangutans are so cute.
Yeah, all the baby apes are so fucking cute. Oh my god.
I know. Saw them, I was like,
Yeah, Caesar's son is fucking adorable.
I know. No, right?
um, what happened? No, so where have we got up to?
Okay, so Caesar's been captured. He's brought to like this ape concentration camp.
Yeah, where the colonel's building a wall to keep out the what like the soldiers from the north are coming, but they're coming to attack the colonel, not to help him. So he's building a wall to keep them out.
We need to build a wall. Make the soldiers they
Whoa.
don't pay for it.
And then there's like the scenes of Caesar talking with the colonel.
Yeah, that's the. I think it's done well, but like the one scene that I think goes on for a bit too long is when he's talking to the colonel first time. When you hear the backstory, I think that goes on for a tiny bit much. But yeah,
I felt like that part was probably the weakest part of the film, in my opinion.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, so also a similar point to my apes wearing clothes point, but I really like just seeing apes wielding guns.
Me too.
Also, and when Bad Ape
Yes,
comes out wearing
like
like a his coat and his hat, oh, it's adorable. um, yeah, Caesar. Oh, and another sort of reference to the original film. You know when they're like on like cross shaped, like X shaped crucifixes. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that was dark.
Yeah, and
Gee.
that's sort of a reference to the original film. You have stuff like that. Yeah, so the apes hatch an escape plan. They dig, which I like prison escapes in films. They're cool. Yeah, so they escape, but Caesar decides again to go get revenge, which eventually instead of leaving with the others, which eventually leads to him getting killed, or mortally wounded at least.
That part's sad.
Yeah, it is. Yes, Caesar's death scene in this.
I didn't cry.
Yeah, it gets me.
Me too. Okay, so I was actually watching this movie late at night, and I was just up in my room all get all emotional, just all by myself with just my dog. My dog just staring at me. It was awkward. Like I was crazy.
Yeah, it's really well done. I think. Yeah. So the apes make it to the desert, which is where that sort of desert setting is where the apes live in the original film. So that's basically setting up that. So I do want to do like a watch through of these three than the original. I think that would work. I think that would be quite a nice experience. Yeah. So anything else to say about War?
I wish there was more of a war to it.
That is a common complaint I've heard with it, but I don't mind that there isn't. I think I like that it's more like a sort of war drama rather than war action. Because I think something these films do really well. Each film feels unique. Feel like if it was just like a big sort of action film, I think it would be too similar to the second one.
I guess so.
Yeah, although I do understand that complaint, and I think the marketing of the film when it came out did sort of hint that it was more of like an action thing, which I think turned some people off. Do you want to do ratings then for the third film?
Sure.
So Finland, what did you give it?
I think 8 out of 10.
Okay, nice. So it was your favourite then out of the three.
Yes.
Nice. Yamcha, what do you give it?
8 out of 10.
Okay. I this is probably no surprise, but I give this a 10 out of 10. It's in my top 20 favourite films. I absolutely love it.
Nice.
I think it's probably my favourite of the Planet of the Apes series. I love the original a lot, but that film doesn't really get me emotionally, but this one does. So yeah.
Do you want to do rankings rankings of the trilogy?
Okay, I will go War as my favorite, then Rise, then Dawn. What about you, guys?
I guess I'll go. So it would go Rise, then War, then Dawn.
Okay, so similar, but just top two flipped.
Yeah.
Finland, what would your ranking of the three be?
Okay. So probably War, then let's see, Dawn, then Rise.
Ooh.
Mm.
So three different rankings here. Yeah.
I guess it's nothing to judge since they're all good.
Yeah. I think this is honestly, it's one of my favorite just trilogies ever. I think it's one of the most consistent. That's for sure. It like there isn't a bad film in it, which I feel like a lot of trilogies have at least one weak spot. Or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just as a general point, I think honestly, Caesar is one of my favorite like film characters. Just, it's I just really like the way he's realized like, everything about it, just the way he's written, realized everything. So, do you want to talk about Bad Batch then? Yamcha, did you finish the episode?
No,
Alright.
I watched like the first 10 minutes.
I finished
I don't
the
know.
episode.
I watched episode 1 and 2, so let's keep it spoiler free though for Yamcha. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
what did you think then, Finland?
Okay, I like both of them.
Yeah, same. I think
The animation was nice. When
yeah. Yeah, it's beautifully animated. Like it very much feels in the same style as Clone Wars.
looks better than the Clone Wars movie.
I mean that's
Sorry
not hard, but yes.
complaining it, comparing it to it, but that thing went out in theaters.
um
It was deemed theatrical quality.
yeah. So I did you watched Clone Wars season 7, right, Finland?
Yes.
I didn't really care about the Bad Batch in their arc in that season, but I'm really liking them in this. I don't know about you. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have much to say about it other than I really like both episodes, and I'm because it's an area of Star Wars we haven't really seen explored much.
Which is nice.
Yeah, like yeah, we haven't really seen we haven't really seen like this close to the end of episode 3, like the forming of the Empire, which it's nice.
That was cool. I like seeing that.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, do you have any thoughts about it? So anything? Yeah, I don't have much else to add, but I liked both episodes and I'm hyped for the rest of the show. What would you rate each Bad Batch episode?
Okay, I really like both of them. Maybe both 8 out of 10.
That would be my ratings too. Both would be 8 out of 10. Yeah, good, very good start to the series, I think. Okay, now let's do some questions. Okay, from Dylan Productions, most hyped Star Wars show. For me, that would probably be Obi-Wan.
Same.
Yeah, same.
I'm really excited about Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, and also the Acolyte sounds really good, I think.
I'm excited about the anime series.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Animu.
The funny. I guess we could do. What's your favorite Lego theme?
That's kind of B2's question, yeah. Probably Lego Star Wars, something boring, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, partly because Lego Stars, because of the game, like Complete Saga. that game is my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it
It's
so
great.
much. It was great.
Yeah, I really love those games.
Okay. This was the Flashcast. I am Finland. And you could follow us on
On Twitter.
on Twitter.
Have you
YouTube.
posted? Have we even posted to Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
And I think Spotify.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we have our Spotify.
we on SoundCloud.
Uh,
And SoundCloud.
Not yet.
Oh, we're not.
We're not on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Uh, link down below for a
Yeah.
link tree. It has all of our links.
Yeah, they're like the.
Join the
Epic.
Discord server.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, join the Discord. It's cool.
Yeah, join the Discord and you get to talk to us, which is just that's worth in itself. But you also
We're cool.
get you also get news about the show, like when episodes are coming out, and because we very rarely stick to schedule. And yeah, you get like announcements about other stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, anything else?
Did we say what we're covering next time?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Follow the Flushcast on Letterboxd. Everyone, do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Now.
I've been Bullet. Thanks for listening. Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.